Hi, my name is Stacy, and I'm addicted to sugar. I am. Hi guys, it's Stacy here with Nurse and Nurture. I just wanted to follow through and do a little bit of a check-in when I kind of committed to saying that I was going to check in and give updates on how I'm feeling as I start like this more clean eating, carnivore-esque type lifestyle. And I just want to admit that I am struggling. I can tell you that I am addicted to sugar. Every time I have a meal, I feel like I need to have a sugar fix. So instead of beating myself up about it, I'm trying to really adapt more of a growth mindset and be more positive in my thinking and how I'm speaking to myself, my inner voice. And I did just want to share, I got my notebook, what I'm really focusing on. So if you want to kind of stay tuned with more the tips and things that I'm focusing on, make sure you hit that like button. Hit the subscription button is actually what I meant to say. You can like it if you like it, and then leave me a comment. Tell me your thoughts, your feelings, anything you want to know, anything you want to know about me. Just put it all out there and I'll do my best to kind of get back to you, and I will respond in an open and honest way. So I was just doing a little research and I came across a super short video from Dr. Ken Berry. He is the one that, Terry and I have been following in terms of our carnivore journey. And Terry has done a lot of really good homework and shared some resources with me for me to kind of catch up and take notes on. So there's this super short video that Dr. Berry shares where he says the 4 things you can do towards a proper human diet. And those are the things that I'm really trying to focus on as I stumble my way through this beginning. And I say stumble because that's exactly what I'm doing. I am stumbling hard. And I recognize that my body's going through a lot of changes right now. I've had some things that I've had to deal with. So there may or may not be a little bit of like a hormone imbalance that's making me really crave like carbs and sugar. And so I'm definitely tripping, but that's okay because I'm focusing on progress, not perfection. So that's kind of the underlying tone of this video, is that I am going to take steps to be better than I was yesterday or the day before, and if I fall down, I get back up and I keep making that forward motion progress. So in the video, Dr. Berry talks about 4 things that you can do for a proper human diet. So the first one is no sugar. Obviously, that's one that I am really struggling with right now because sugar is a very addictive substance, and it's something that I feel like is coursing through my veins, and when I don't have it, I feel like I need a fix. So I'm trying really hard to reduce that sugar intake, and I think I'm doing good. I do still have some sugar in certain foods. I'm not gonna lie to you, I could do a lot better, but I am really trying to cut it back, and that's kind of where I'm at. When I have a meal, I focus on things that don't have sugar in them. If I feel like I need a fix, I am treating myself with, a chocolate covered raisins or chocolate covered almonds, and that's something I really need to cut out, but I'm doing my best right now. The other thing is no oil. So no seed oil specifically. There is a hierarchy of the oils they say that you should eat. The first one being animal fat is the best. Ghee is good. Then if you need to have an oil, it would be avocado oil or olive oil, but really stay away from those seed oils, safflower oil. Grass-fed butter is also a really good option as well, or just butter that doesn't have any additives in it either is a good choice. So we have kind of taken this on for a while. We don't use a lot of oil in our cooking. We do use butter, and we have a little dish at the side of the stove. So when you're cooking bacon, you can save all that rendered fat that comes off. That is excellent for cooking in. It tastes really good. Scramble some eggs in it, you'll love it. So just different alternatives, and we're kind of making these things accessible in our kitchen, in our lives, so that we're better able to be successful. The other thing Dr. Berry says is no grains. Grains have a lot of simple sugars in them, and they're full of carbohydrates, which is the simple sugar. Dr. Berry also says no grains, so stay away from those carbs. This is something that we have kind of eliminated along the way, kind of throughout the last couple years. We still have some here and there, but overall it's been an easy adjustment not having grains, because we've kind of dabbled with gluten intolerance, different sensitivities, seeing how our skin reacts, our digestive system reacts. So we're very limited in the grains in the first place, especially bread and baked goods. But when there's cookies around, then I also need to remember that there are grains in that as well, and there's grains in rice. So as much as we've been doing good, there's still progress to make, and just kind of focusing on when we sit down and have a meal, we don't need those filler foods, and how to really limit it. The other thing Dr. Berry says is to eat more fatty meat and eggs. So I could say that this is something that I'm enjoying the most because I can add it to my meals. It's just kind of a little augmentation in how I have a nice piece of steak that's really well marbled. Delicious. You have that for breakfast with some eggs. Excellent. So really changing my mindset that fatty meat is actually good for you has been a really fun thing to learn and a fun thing to dabble with. Terry and I really like pork belly, bacon, scramble some eggs in that pork fat. I promise you, you will love it. So again, I am kind of a food addict. I'm addicted to sugar, and I realize it's not good for me, and I'm doing my best to kind of correct that, and I'm excited to see where this journey takes me. Make sure you hit the subscription button so that you can also see where the journey takes me. Hopefully you'll learn something along the way. I also wanted to share I notice when I'm shopping, I'm really trying to focus on foods that are good for me to have in the house, and I realize that I'm kind of in a situation where I'm relying on a lot of convenience food. Where I'm at school, I want things that I don't have to heat up. I want easy meals so that when I'm studying, we don't have to just things that are accessible and ready on the go. So when I'm looking for a meal that I love and kind of a treat for me, I've made my own sushi rolls. And I'm not gonna lie to you, they're not perfect carnivore sushi rolls, but focusing on those 4 things from Dr. Berry, I do believe they're a good step in the right direction and something that I'm happy to share. So I take the sushi paper, I smash up some avocado and I spread it on the paper. I put some smoked salmon down. I like the crunch, so I grated some carrots and I put like a little string of cucumber on it. Roll that up, eat it. Delicious. So good. I don't miss the rice. I feel it's just as satisfying as any other kind of sushi roll that I've had, and I really want to experiment more with, some different kinds of fish. Going back to wanting kind of easy, convenient food when I'm at school, I'm a huge picnic fan, so I've been making myself little picnic lunch boxes to have when I'm on my clinical, because I don't know the areas I'm going into. I don't know if there's gonna be a microwave. I don't know how much time we're gonna have. So I want to have a little box of fuel with me. Things that I like, things that I know are going to relatively agree with my stomach, and then thinking about the 4 domains that Dr. Berry talks about. So the other day, I made myself lunch for my clinical, and I was really actually happy with what I put in that. So some of my go-tos are I roll sandwich meat, whether it's Black Forest ham or prosciutto is a good choice. I watch the ingredients on the packages because some of the meats will put sugar in them. I think it says a preservative, it makes them last longer. Look at all those additives and all those ingredients. So we have found if you go to the deli counter, you can get meat that doesn't have anything in it. It's not pre-packaged, and you can literally see like a chunk of roast beef come out and then they slice it there for you. So I love stuff like that. It's really nice to dip it in mustard. And then because I think it's a sensory thing for me. We've always done it for kids. Give them something crunchy, and it's really regulating for them. And I do believe that my sensory self really likes that crunch in food. So when I'm on a break and I'm kind of calming my system, really just relaxing, I want something crunchy. So I have carrot sticks. Pickles are great. Also with the pickles, make sure you look at the jar because some of them have more carbs and sugar in them. Again, I think it's that preservative agent, but others are actually really good where you can have 3 pickles that only have 1 carb in them. So it's just becoming more mindful and reading labels more so you're more informed about the food that you're putting in you. So with that, I like to put, carrots, pickles, sometimes I like olives. You can get olives now at Superstore that are stuffed with an almond in them, and holy lightning, they are delicious. If you haven't tried them, go get them now. They're great. You'll love them. I'll put some pieces of cheese in there. Again, Dr. Berry does advise be careful with the cheese because cheese can also have those artificial things in them to kind of help it last longer. It depends on how it's packaged. So we try not to eat a lot of cheese, but at the end of the day, if you're gonna have cheese over a piece of cake, then cheese is better, even with its ingredients, even with the contents that help it last a bit longer. So again, focusing on that progress, not that perfection. So yeah, that's kind of what I like to have for lunch sometimes. Again, I need to find an alternative to really after a meal. I don't know what's happening in my body exactly. Stay tuned for more. Hopefully I learned it in school. But it must be my insulin levels regulating themselves, because I then crave sugar after a meal. And I think it's also like a mental component of part of the routine that I need to unlearn. So I also sometimes will have like some grapes or some berries. Blueberries are a really good option for a fruit that has less sugar in it. Raspberries and strawberries are usually higher in sugar. I think grapes as well. But again, I'll say it again and again and again. Progress, not perfection. Having something with natural sugar is better than artificial sugar. I know Dr. Barry says no sugar, and he says specifically artificial sugar and even natural sugar, but natural sugar is going to be better than me sitting down and having a handful of like cherry blasters or something like that to kind of keep me going, or having a drink that's just full of artificial sweeteners and sugars. So I appreciate all of Dr. Barry's videos, and I really like the starting point he gives people to have the tools you need to start this journey and to feel successful within it. Because if you can do components of these 4 things, then you're on your way, and that's really fulfilling and it's really satisfying. It's reassuring to me to know that even though I'm stumbling along the way, I'm still taking steps in the right direction to harnessing my health and being in control. And life is a journey. Every aspect of life is a journey. You're gonna stumble along the way, and just take it all in stride. I have an excellent support system with me who we, play off of each other really well. If one of us is feeling snacky and we don't really, maybe we're on the verge of treating, we help by, providing options that are better for us to have than going and grabbing a bag of chips sometimes. And just remember, at the end of the day, you're human. You're gonna stumble, pick yourself back up, keep going, because you're worth it. It's part of nanning yourself. Nurse by putting all the good stuff that's in you, and nurture yourself by not beating yourself up for, tripping. Celebrate the fact that you keep going and you haven't given up. If you need to stop and reset, then you do that, because you're worth it and you need to do what is best for you. I believe that this proper human, more carnivore as ketovore, whatever you want to call it, is going to be really good for me, and it's worth me pushing through, and it's worth me, stumbling and getting back up. Find what works for you, what feels good for you, and do it. You're worth the effort and the energy, and I really hope the best all for everybody. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscription bell so you don't miss anything coming up, and leave me a comment. I want to hear from everybody. I'm all ears, and I will respond openly and honestly of anything that you want to know. Don't forget to nan yourself. See you later. Okay, Terry, I believe that was a little rough, but I just wanted to get it out. You are fantastic at editing, so I have all the faith in you. I'm kind of happy that's 3 videos now. I know they're a bit like, but I know I'm all over the place, but thank you for making this happen. I do like doing it. I know I feel like I talk in circles, but things will come, and I think you're fantastic. Right now you're out helping a neighbor, and they're lucky. Everybody's lucky to have you in your life. It's Thanksgiving, and I'm specifically thankful for you and everything you do for me, for Tika, for us as a family, for just being as Bette Midler would say, the wind beneath my wings all the times when I need it. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional right now thinking about how amazing you are. But it's true, and you deserve to know it every day. I hope you're having a good time playing with your chainsaws. Okay, I love you, babe. You can like it if you like it. Hit the subscription button is actually what I meant to say. Butter that doesn't have any additives in it is either. I say so a lot, I'm sorry. Safa. So this, I'll openly and honestly respond. Doc really wanting to focus on, sorry, just felt like there's something on me. And I'm noticing, anywho, just Tika. I noticed when I smash up more proper human diet, more carnivore-esque type stuff, let's rewind. Again, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscription button, that little bell down there. I don't know what is happening. I believe that give them something. We've always done it for kids, kind of harnessing myself, and um, 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 um,